Hello everyone, it's Graham from Lakeside and welcome on this Sunday afternoon. A bit sunny, a bit showery, a bit breezy, so normal stuff really. Okay, so as you can see in front of you, platforms 1 and 2 are now installed, only temporarily, but they are there. So I have the section there which was the area where I needed to do something as regards any overhang of coaches coming over from the number 3 platform side. So what I've done is I've chopped back and gone all the way through that length there. And the reason why I've done that is that A, because I had to chop it back, obviously because of this area here, but it was how to do it. What I didn't want to do is have it as far back as what I had for the exhibition site. So what I've done, I've knocked it back minimum as I can, and I'm going to have this area here as a postal area. So trains coming in on this side, on platform 1 side, can pick up mail, parcels, etc. in here. So this is going to be a holding bay for mail really, and I will have this just here. I will have a fencing here, and there will be a walling along the back here, so that when trains do stop here, or carriages, people won't try and commit suicide by trying to jump onto this platform here because of the gap. So there'll be a small retaining wall running all the way along here, and this part will be dedicated for mail. So that's that section there. I've put in the bridge temporarily, just to see how it all goes, and yeah, that's going in fine. And I've moved it along a little bit to where it was, but what I have done is I've partitioned these two buildings now, there and there, so they're now either side of the bridge, which I think works better. And if we look through there, you can see the HSTs, and I think, to be honest with you, that is a cracking shot there. But the spacing really is perfect now for this. Got it just right, I think. So that's that. Now what I've got to do now is to the platforms are basically finished as regards the building of them. I haven't done too much, to be honest, because I've been hampered by the rain, because a lot of this had to be done outside because it's MDF. I didn't want to do this up here or in the garage because it creates so much dust. So I've been waiting for it to not rain so that I can cut them and shape them outside. Plus the fact that I haven't been that good recently, health-wise, over the last week or so. So I've been hampered with that as well. So, but I'm happy with what I've done so far. It's coming on slowly, but it's coming along. Okay, so yeah, what was I saying? Up to now the filling stage. So, okay, I know this joint here doesn't look great, but that, when this is all screwed down, this will be the last bit where I glue that in, and the gap will close, and then I can fill this section here. But I can't do any of that until these are actually bolted down into position. And before I do that, I've got to, of course, paint and weather the sides, concrete colour, and then weather it. I went shopping today at the local model shop, which was, I wouldn't say rubbish, but I could have waited, to be honest, and got it online somewhere else. Everything I asked for they didn't have. So it was a case of substitute. I haven't got my teeth in today, have I? Substituting what I wanted. I wanted some concrete paint, but I wanted it as a spray. Had to get it as a bottle, so I'll have to use my airbrush. But I've got it now anyway, so I can crack on with that later on. So we're getting there. We're certainly getting there. Okay, so now to reveal that little loco I was going on about, which I'd won on eBay. I can see the comments coming in thick and fast on this, I really can. So, are you ready for this? As they go. There you go. So it's the Lord of the Isles, number 3046. It's an old Hornby DC loco. Now I wanted a single wheeled loco, and I know that there are DC versions of this about now, but I saw this and I thought, oh, wow, this is, I mean, they started making, Hornby started making these in 1961, and I think they revised it again in 1971. This sounds very, very geeky, and they put a gloss finish on it. Now I can't remember whether the gloss finish came first and then it became satin, or whether it was satin first and then it became gloss. Whichever way, the earliest it would be made in 1961 or early 1970s. Neither here nor there really. I just love this little loco. I think it's just got so much character and fits in so well with a museum piece. Now I know this is Great Western and the teak coach is LNER, but really I don't care. It's just all about old rolling stock, and I just think they go nicely together. So that's what I've got at the moment, and of course I can ring the changes. I can take that off and put another loco there should I need to, but I think at the moment I think she stands absolutely pretty sitting there. I think it's gorgeous. So that's the loco. Now what am I going to do here as regards track? Well, I was originally going to have a point off here feeding in and to a point off there, and I thought, no, what I'm going to do is have a point feeding off of here but to some track which has been taken up. Now anything coming in on here, if they want to, I mean there's no way that has got a license to run on the main line, so that would have to be put on a low loader and taken by road anyway. So that really kind of ended the argument for me as regards having a line going into there. So what I've got, if I can find it, here it is. This is my theory. Just need to turn the track off. Hold on a minute. This is what I'll be doing. So something like that. So a new electrofrog point will be going in here, but it won't be. I won't have a point motor going to it. There's no point. I will have it permanently going around the curve. And just to add a bit of track to it, with the actual rail taken up, but a few sleepers left. And then of course I can put ballast over this and weeds and static grass, etc., and just make it look like a part of an old line which has been taken up, which was perhaps part of this line here. So that's the plan. And I think that will work nicely. Then I can finish it off here because that's where the car park will be, and this will be a little bit of scrub land or so. This will be fenced off here all the way along up to, where is it, here. So there will be a fence so nobody can actually enter that part. I will have a gate. Just to finish it off, I will have a gate running across diagonally across that track, which will be permanently closed, and that will meet the fence here, and there will be a fence here which will be for the car park. So it will all be sectioned off, so I think that will look nice, and I'll have a warning sign on the gate. The track here I'm going to have powered, but I'm going to have it
about there, somewhere here, I shall cut the rail so that no power goes to here, because obviously, well, not obviously, but this is DC, so I don't want power coming up to anything I've got. I might have a logo on there which is DCC, but I just don't want power running to this part of the track all the time. All the time there's something sitting there, I want that isolated. So it's best just to cut the track somewhere around about here, so no power is going up to a loco. What it does do, it then allows these two carriages, which have got lights in them, to be lit. So at night time you can see people in there, which there are at the moment, as you can no doubt tell from there. I've got the light pouring in through that window at the moment, so it's a bit difficult, but hopefully you're picking people up in there. So that's that. I think that's going to work nicely. I bought a little and built a little Metcalf kiosk, and that's a super little kit to build, it really is. So I've made that and finished that off. So what will happen, again, there will be a high wall here with a canopy going across, so that people can't get out from this coach into this section. They have to go and get out on that side of the platform. So that's platform 5. So there'll be a wall in here up to the kiosk, then a small fence and gate, so that people have to come in this way to go on, get their ticket from here and go on into the museum section. It means that they're going to have to go up the platform, across the bridge, down and through here. Tough luck. If they want to go on it that bad, that's not a problem for them. I could say, okay, well the entrance is down there, but I don't want them to do that. I want them to come through the station building entrance and up the platform. And that's where they get their tickets from, and any magazines or offers the museum is doing. This wall in here, that will have posters, typical old posters up on the wall to be in the same theme as the museum part. And I think if I can get down low enough, a bit difficult because the platform's in the way now, but that kind of gives you the idea of how it's looking. Now, it looks a bit rough and ready at the moment, but hopefully it's given you some idea of the way it's going to progress. So that's that. Let's take that point off before I forget. Right, what else? I think that's about it at the moment. I've done a little bit of weathering on the signal box there. I've just put some damp underneath. You probably can't pick it up on here, but I'll put some dampness underneath the window sills, a bit of effervescence on the brickwork where the salt's coming out, just that sort of thing at the moment. So that's it for that part. So what I'll do, I will show you the way it runs now at the moment. So if I bring an HST round wherever it is, right, put the power on the track, make sure the points are straight, which they are. Okay, so I mean these are the Orc ones, the ones which take up the room. So HST goes through fine, as you know, you've seen before. The spacing's nice up here, perfect. Haven't got a problem with that. So all looking good. So now what happens when I bring a loco or an HST, for instance, up from below,
and this is what happens. So it will come up on the outer track. So let's change the point. Sorry about the noise. Right, okay, so we bring a loco up from underneath and it comes up on the outer track, and I want it to come in, for instance, on the inner track.
Right, first of all, check out the gap. Pretty neat, eh? Superb. Can't ask more than that. However, half of it's hanging out over the end there because this is chopped away. But it didn't matter, even if that wasn't chopped away. If I bring that further forward, and change the points back, if I bring that to the end of the platform there, you can see that it's not quite long enough for an HST to sit there. That's what made me decide that that's not an issue, because if anything it can come in onto this side anyway. It's not going to be blocked off here, it's only going to be blocked off that side. So an HST can, even though there's parcels here, that's not an issue, it can still stop on this side. So that's the theory there, so that works. So let's take this back, change the points again. Oh, I pressed the wrong button, hold on. Take it back. Now, if we bring in, change my control again. Right, now we're bringing a class 350. So this is coming in on platform 2. Check out the gap. Look at that. Awesome. Bloody awesome. Now that fits perfectly in that section, and it starts chopping back just here. So I can bring a steamer in there, probably about 3, maybe 4 coaches long. That shouldn't be an issue. Anything larger than that I can bring in on platform 1. So let's take her back. Oh, wrong one. So that was on platform 2. Let's take it past that point and change that point, and then bring it in on platform 1.
So now you can see I've got from there right the way down to there. And as I've said many times, this track will be laid so that it's running up to here and then sweeping on round. So what I'm going to be doing is taking all this lot up, all this section of track here, right the way through to here, because this has been down for probably 3, coming up for maybe 4 years, I don't know, but a long time. And so this was for very old thinking and plans, and what it's doing, I don't know if you can see from here, but it's all coming out at an angle, which was fine for what I was thinking of doing originally, which was having some kind of goods yard, shunting yard up here, and I still may do that, but I've put it at an angle, so if we're looking straight you can see these sort of going off over there. Well, that needn't be the case, especially with this track here. Once it's laid down to here, I can relay all this lot out. The only part which I won't be taking up is this track here, which can stay. I want this to stay where it is, and I'll just have to merge this into whatever I do here, but that part will stay. And I think that's about it, to be honest with you all, for the moment. Hopefully that's given you an insight as to future plans. I know it doesn't look much at the moment, but as I say, I haven't spent a huge amount of time on this week, well, the latter part of the week anyway, because of the rain and because I wasn't feeling too good. And I've only spent probably about half a day on it today, not even that, to be honest. But anyway, all good things come to those who wait. And I'm okay with waiting. I haven't got an issue with that. So that's about it, folks. That's 22 minutes gone already. Right, I will get this up, and hopefully I will speak to you sometime either during the week or next weekend. It depends on how I feel, to be honest with you, health wise. So take care, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.